What in the world is going on in Arkansas? Yeah, Sam Pittman, you got a 6-year quarterback that's supposed to be all SEC, and Arkansas can only score 3 points. There's been changes. Danny News has been fired. Kenny Guyton's going to be the offense coordinator, but we're going to take a look at Arkansas's offense, see where things have gone wrong, if it's the players, if it's the coaching, if it's the play calling, and I'm sure it's always a combination of all of them. We're going to jump in, see the schemes, see the issues that Arkansas's had. The very first play we're going to look at here is just a zone base. Added 20 personnel for Arkansas right here, so O-line's going to block those 4 to the mic. Fullback's going to cross. He's going to block this linebacker. And right here against the 6-man box on a 3rd and 4 should be a pretty solid call. As you see, taking care of those guys. Center's on that mic. These guys are working here. You get a bit of a twist here from this defensive end. They do a pretty decent job getting a body on them, get on him and run him wherever he wants to go. Help that back make a cut off of you. And right here, fullback comes across to take this linebacker. Linebacker gets upfield, runs himself out of the play. You stop it right here, and you're thinking, hey, this is going to be pretty good. We do have a guy folding in off the 2nd level here, strong safety. But with a running back, you're going to make somebody miss. Worst case scenario, you're going to slide right here, get a 1st down. Could be a big play too, but right there instead, running back here, cowers down and just falls 6 inches short of the line. And we know they try to quarterback sneak it because this is a 3rd and 4. And the running back comes right here, cannot keep his eyes up, can't make a cut. Really poor play there by the running back. This should be a 1st down based off how the O-line is played and how light of a box this is. Make a cut, be an athlete. He literally tackles himself about half a yard short. That one's not on the play caller. That was not on the O-line. That's on the back, not making a cut, not being an athlete right there. Here's a really good play from Arkansas where they're running the quarterback counter to the weak side here at trips. And basically, this is really KJ Jefferson's strengths. They hadn't been doing this a ton, which I understand you don't want to get your quarterback beat up. But this is a really good call. You got one guy over here, and you should be able to take care of these 6 in the box, make the safety come down and make a play. All they're doing here is they're going to double here to the backside, block back, gap hinge. Backside guard's going to kick. And then running back leads on the front side right here. Quarterback shows past just a little bit. Shows like he's throwing a bubble. Now he pulls it. There's a good kick because there's no alley player to force him to. And then there's the lead by the running back. And great job getting vertical here by KJ using big frame, falling forward, getting a 1st down right there on a 2nd and 3. This is, again, one of those plays that have been used in the past quite a bit. Even though this is a 6-man box, you can even it up there with the quarterback and the running back blocking right there. So really good play. Here's a look of an outsider mid-zone over here to the trips. They flip their back over here. And it's a different look here as far as who you're working to. Right there, they get a backer to fly down into the box here. So they're basically taking those 2 on the defensive end and the linebacker. You got a nose and you got a 4-eye right here. So they're going to double here and basically looking for whatever shows up. And it ends up being this linebacker that's bumped all the way out to the trips. So right there, they're working there. He flies in. Defensive end's trying to keep that B gap, so they're just trying to wash him as far as they can. Right here, 62 shouldn't just be burying his head right there and washing. He should put his shoulder and his eyes up and see who folds into the alley, which is this linebacker here. So if they can take care of that linebacker, everybody else does a pretty decent job. This is a really tough look. Instead of taking 2 for 1 on that defensive lineman, you can get up on the next level, which they don't do right there. Leaves an unblocked backer, folds in, makes a tackle right there short of the line on a 3rd and 5. The other issue right here is you're bubbling right here with your number 3 receiver. And if you're not going to actually read to see if it's 3-on-3, because right here it ends up being 3-on-2, you should be able to flip that bubble out to him. But instead, he's got to read backside C. You could read this outside linebacker here. If he's folding into the box, throw the bubble and give your guys an opportunity right there in space. Instead, just run downhill. They fold it in. So really not an RPO right there. They're just handing that thing off just because reading backside C. They're not giving themselves a chance right there to even up the box with those RPOs on the outside with the quick screens. We're going to jump into the passing game. There's obviously some intricacies and different things that were pretty good. And right here, there's no exception here. Early in the game, after a turnover, you're getting a bunch over to the boundary. You're getting a flat. You're getting a guy coming in, and he's going vertical. And as you just watch his timing, as he's going vertical, there's not a ton of space here to the outside. And you see the receiver starts to peek. You see his eyes are already at the quarterback. Quarterback's getting his ball out to the back shoulder. Not sure if this is a back shoulder fade or if it's one of those things where they told him don't turn until you see that ball get released. Ball's released now. Now he flips his shoulders, his hips, extends his hands, makes a play right there. Really good throw and catch here. One of the few in this game against tight coverage they were actually able to make and create an explosive play against one-on-ones. Here's a play right here. They flip their tight end. They're running a sprint out over here. It's a 3rd and 4 on the 6-yard line. So right here, basically on slant out. So there's going to be your number 1. You're going to get a rub here, there should be number 2, and then you should get that guy out late. There's 3 on this progression. High snap obviously throws us off a little bit. Running back's going to the back side instead of helping to the front side here, which if you help to the front side, which going back side does probably nothing other than hold these linebackers just a little bit. Should be helping right here so we can get a little bit more of the edge, give ourselves a chance to run the ball if we need to. But instead, tight end's real lucky that he's not getting a holding call, and we have no chance to get out on the edge on a sprint out. So right here, he's sprinting. And the other comedy of errors right here, you got a tight end, you got another dude with absolutely zero twitch right here trying to run this on the goal line, and they run directly into each other. So right there, you got 2 dudes that are too slow, no chance to change direction, no athleticism really, other than their size. They hit each other, and they just bounce off. And if you're looking at the outside number 1 option, number 2, he runs a slant, and he's working back out. Boom, slant, puts his foot in the ground, tries to work back out. KJ doesn't like it, so he gets off of it. Finds a second option, which is right here, and he's wide open. Like, this dude ran in there and somehow gets wide open by running into his own guy and then running it out. And KJ just drops it behind and low. There's no chance for him to make a play. So, number 1, protection's not very good. Tight end's getting absolutely smoked. Probably should get a holding call. Outside receiver can't win his one-on-one. These 2 guys run directly into each other because they have no twitch to get open and no shake. And then 8 somehow gets wide open, and then we bounce it to him. So tell me where the issue is right here. Is it play calling? Is it personnel? Is it just execution? I don't know. But there's tons of issues there. None of them worked out. 3rd and 7 here, and Arkansas is in a 2-back set, trying to run mesh. Free release 1 back, other back's going to check swing. And right here, Mississippi State's playing zone, so they didn't play man-to-man. I'm sure they're thinking that they're playing man here. They're going to be able to get a little bit of mesh, but haven't spent enough time working mesh against zone. They're just running through these windows. 13 just continues to run into coverage. But anyway, it doesn't matter because KJ's already getting hit. And right here, they just run a little bit of a twist. You got this linebacker who's flying right here. He's going to pick this tackle, 1-2, and then he's going to slide in to that B gap or A gap, whichever one opens up. Pretty decent job here by the guard. Probably should stop the penetration a little bit sooner. Cover this guy up just a little bit more. Stop that penetration so he cannot pick him. But if he does pick him, now they can get hip to hip and work back across. Other thing, left tackle right here, 1-2 on the pass set. Doesn't change direction very well. Gets stuck, and now he's just catching right there instead of 1-2. He starts working in. Should be aggressively stepping in so then they can get hip to hip and pass that off. But instead, whenever he comes to get this pick, he's on the inside shoulder, and he has no momentum going that direction, no strength. He just gets ran through by that linebacker. KJ can't make a miss, and he gets sacked right there. So this one right here is 100% on KJ, and it's a screen. So they motion their guy over here. He runs out, and he runs a screen. You got a swing here. You got a double screen. Cannot take a sack on a screen. And right here, they're bringing 6-man pressure, which is great. That's exactly what you want on a screen. The quarterback should continue to get depth. Do not set your feet right here. It's a screen. Nothing's going to happen good on a screen whenever you stop and try to make somebody miss. Give ground right here. There's your receiver right here. Here's your outlet. Throw it right now off your back foot right there. He's probably going to get a first down. But instead, KJ takes a 1-step drop, looks at his back, and now starts giving ground. Keep giving ground. Throw it. Don't take a sack. Don't flip it out there to your back late. Don't do all that crap. Just do what you're supposed to do. Give ground. Do not take a sack on a screen. Definitely don't go back to the running back for about a 7-8 yard loss. Making mistakes that junior high quarterback would make. This look here that most Arkansas fans will really like. I mean, there's 4-receiver route. But KJ, he just drops, gets his eyes downfield. He's probably going through 1, 2 to the backside. Doesn't really like it. Starting to feel a little pressure. So let's be ourselves. Let's go ahead and move around a little bit. Do a pretty decent job picking up a twist. These guys doing a lot of stuff again, trying to stop the quarterback run, because that's probably the best thing that Arkansas has going for it. Right there, KJ, good patience, and then great job being aggressive right here on a 3rd and 8, getting vertical, getting through that twist, getting all through all that stuff, and gets forward, makes a guy miss. Make sure to get the first down right there, big body. These are things that KJ's done in the past, which again, I understand. You're not trying to get your quarterback beat up, but you got to try to find a way to win some games here and create some kind of momentum. Here's a look here on 3rd and 19. Obviously got to push this thing down the field, and they're just running verticals, and you got a vertical read out here. He's going to sit down. Obviously got to get past the sticks. Here on this one, you're just looking at KJ. Gets his eyes over here. The line does a pretty decent job. Obviously, left tackle really poor right here. Again, another twist. Gets picked off right there and just falls. and the backs should be there to help him out. Obviously, this should be a holding call. I think he just tackles this guy. But KJ's eyes are here. Now he's stepping up and just looking at his footwork here. Boom, he steps with his right foot like he's just about to take off running. And now the guy that he's looking at outside has space. Now he has to try to just hop into this. So his fundamentals aren't great right here. His top is dropping, and then he just tries to take off running instead of just sliding. It's 3rd and 19. It's going to be really hard to make 19 yards. Understand the down distance is a little bit different than the last play, which is a 3rd and 8. 3rd and 19 is a totally different animal. And then you got guys in zone right here with eyes on you. But right here, slide in the pocket. Don't just take off running. But right there, I think if he just slides and has a little patience, he'll be able to throw this thing with a little bit more accuracy and a little bit more on it. And instead, this thing's bouncing. I know this is a long throw. So again, this is a 25-yard comeback or something along those lines. If he has his feet set and he's just driving this thing off his back foot and he's not stepping into all this traffic like he does right here, he actually runs into traffic. Just anything you try to do, just trying to make a play, and right there just pressing a little bit, not being patient in the pocket, and bounces that thing out there to him when there was a little bit of space for a potential first down on a 3rd and 19. Here's a play right here where you get a bit of a force, you get in a corner, you get out, so you got a smash here, and you got a drive concept here from the backside. You got an under, you got a dig, so you're looking basically 1, 2, right here, they drop their defensive end right here to it. So right here, if you're looking at it, there's 1, 2, 3 safeties over the top, so 3 on 2 here on the smash. So probably should get off of it, find your under. There's your guy right there. If he would have been chasing there, now you got a dig here replacing that space as well. So right here, this is obviously a force. Pushes this up to the corner. Corner makes a great play on it right here, giving tons of depth. Right here, all I'm talking with the quarterback about is, hey, it's 3 on 2. There's not space there on that out. That corner's a tough throw. Let's check it down right here to our guy, see if he can get that first down for us. If we just force this thing down the field, it's going to get knocked away. Incompletion right there, and we're going to have to punt. So take your completions, take the ones that are there, trust your progression. So right there, I think KJ forcing that thing down the field, trying to make a play, didn't trust his progression on that. Here's another throw here on a 3rd and 3 late in the game where it's just obvious how inaccurate and how the timing was off. Basically got a hitch route right here, and then you've got a dig right into the window. So on this one, basically you're just reading this outside linebacker. If he blitzes or he's gone, you're throwing that hitch right now. But right there, he's guarding this, so you're going to dig into that window. Huge alley right there between those linebackers. But these are SEC defenders. They're going to break on the ball once it's thrown, and KJ is way late on this ball. So really obvious we're going to that dig right now. Ball should be out right now. And instead, he's holding it, and he flips it late. Now this linebacker's making it too tight of a window. Really bad anticipation right here, and then obviously poor accuracy. Ball should be out right there. He's not even starting to stride, and he just bounces this thing to him. That window got way too tight. Mike linebacker rolling to it. Outside linebacker making that window tight as well. But just inaccurate on that ball. Throws it low, throws it late. Should be a good completion there up towards the 40-yard line with about 46 seconds left in the game, but instead bounces it, has to get to a 4th and 3 to keep the game alive. This one right here, they actually start an empty motion of fullback in. Sprint out to the left, getting a flood. Right there's a second level. There's your rub. You're going 1, 2, probably outside release there. Again, leaving their back to the backside so you don't have an option really to run. And running a sprint out against a wide 5. Not going to be much room right there as far as running. You're going to have to probably pull up if you're getting to your second option. But there's the sprint. Keeping contained there by 36. Really hard block for left tackle with no help or chip there from a fullback, running back. But here they got the running back out in the route. He's got a little bit of shake to him. And he just runs straight out. Get a rub right there on the linebacker. Strong safety plays off. Good throw and catch right here for a first down right here. About a minute left in the half. Probably one of the better plays of the game. So long story short, Arkansas offense was awful, abysmal. Not going to go as far as say it was impotent like what they were talking about on the broadcast, but Sam Pittman obviously noticed it, let Dan Enos go. I don't know the dynamic in the coach's office. I don't know any of that stuff, but there were some issues as far as schematically, and then obviously quarterback not understanding and not getting the ball out on time, which that's 90% of an offensive coordinator's job, is just get the quarterback to be able to understand what's going on, get it out on time, and distribute the football accurately. It's going to be really interesting to see where this team goes from here. You got a quarterback with a lot of experience. You got a state that's very prideful and a coach that's very prideful that has taken responsibility and ownership of what went on in the game. You got a long ways to go as far as becoming relevant or even a good product on the field. So it's gonna be interesting to see where they go from here. But I know everybody in Arkansas is antsy and a little bit high strung, which I understand. We want the program to slip back to where it was about 4 or 5 years ago. But really appreciate you guys watching. If you got any value out of this video, like and subscribe. We'll see you guys in the next one.